Hi Bailey, my name's Tyler. Today will be your first gym introduction session. Here's your plan. You can see that you'll do a warm up, we'll take you through some stretching, we'll get to the bulk of your main set, and then to help bring the heart rate back down to normal levels, we'll do a bit of static stretching just to prevent any injuries. Then we'll get you on a little bit of a cool down to bring your heart rate back down. Does that sound all good?
Yep, sounds fantastic.
Right, so I'll just bring you over to the bike and we'll get you started. So with a piece of equipment like this, you'll adjust the seat height somehow. There you go. So you'll typically adjust that just about to hip level. You'll put your feet in the stirrups, and then for the sake of time I'm not going to clip myself in, but you will pull the lever on there, and then you'll slowly begin to pedal just to gradually build up your heart rate and get your muscles ready for exercise.
Okay, sounds
Does
fantastic.
that sound okay? Yeah?
Yep.
So if you want to adjust the seat ready for you to ride it, that'll be fine.
Yep, and that'll be okay.
Let's put your feet in, make sure they're nice and secure. All the tabs. Watch your shins. Then if you want to slowly begin to pedal, we can get you started on this warm up. So throughout this next warm up, I'm going to ask you, is your heart rate increasing? Do you feel like your body's starting to warm up slightly? Any loosening of the muscle in your lower legs, which is what a bike mainly focuses on. So just start off, how's the intensity so far?
Yeah, feels okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say a 6, 7.
6 or 7. So we need to bring that slight down. So start slowly pedaling for me. And I'll give you a little bit of time to see if your body adjusts to it. How's that feeling? Is that alright?
Yeah, I'd definitely say that's now about a 4 or 5, which is perfect for
That's
us.
good, that's good. Just make sure you're keeping that pace, not overexerting yourself, as this is just a warm up. So we'll have another 10-15 seconds on that, and then we'll get to you to do some stretches.
Okay.
Now, as this is mainly a lower body day, we're going to focus more on the joints of the lower limb. However, we will do some shoulder mobility as we've incorporated the bench press. That sounds?
Yeah, that sounds perfect to me.
Alright, if you want to safely hop off, we can get you started on some of the stretches. So really safely down. Follow me so we've got a bit more space. So the first one we're going to be doing is just open and close the gate. It focuses more on internal and external rotation of the hip. So we're going to feet shoulder width apart. We're going to come out, put the foot down, then you're going to come back in. So you can do that on each leg 5 times, and then you're going to swap over.
Okay.
Want to try and bring your hip up slightly more, and go out a bit slower. There you go. Have more control through the range of motion of the joint.
And the other leg?
And the other leg, yeah. Exact same as the right, because you had good form then. Do you feel it in your hips?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not too difficult.
No?
That's good.
Feels okay.
Yeah. There you go. So I've done things a bit out of order here because I just wanted to see the mobility in your hips before we focus more so on the ankle. So now the second dynamic stretch we can do is the ankle circle. So we're just going to roll forward, one direction. Going to do about 5 to 10 revolutions on that side, and then we're going to switch directions.
Okay.
And once you've done that, you're going to swap ankles. Now normally in a given warm up we would do that for 2 to 3 sets, maybe 30 seconds each time. But for the sake of time today, we're going to just keep it quick and simple. Now for the final exercise, we're going to focus on joints of the shoulder. So you're going to have your arms out with like across, slightly above parallel. You're going to do 5 to 7 rotations forward. You're going to do 5 to 7 back. And then you're going to go bigger, do 5 to 7 there. And then you're going to slowly start to bring down the tempo, and by the end of this warm up, all your joints should feel nice and warm. There should be no tension or stiffness in them at all, which would be ideal.
Lovely. Do you want to start off with the ankle one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And just take your time on and make sure you're feeling it.
Yeah. Do you feel it?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Does your lower body feel more
It
loose?
does feel, yeah, it feels loosened up.
So if you want to go on to the shoulder stretches that I just showed you. Yeah, if you bring your arms up slightly a bit more. There you go. Now begin to do the circles backwards.
Yeah.
There you go. And then go slightly larger for me into bigger circles. That's much better. There you go. And if you do that backwards as well. Right, lovely. Do you feel nice and warm?
Yeah.
Yeah, ready for exercise?
Yeah, feeling ready.
Right, lovely. So today our first exercise is going to be the barbell back squat.
Okay.
When performing this exercise, because it is more of a dangerous exercise and more of a high stability risk, we tend to do it first in the session. That is purely for efficiency of the workout and safety. So coming up to the bar, you're going to make sure with the squat rack, you're adjusted to your right height. We spoke beforehand in the session, so I presume, and I know this bar is set for you. So when you're coming up to the bar, you'll adjust your grip, so it's nice and even, slightly out shoulder width. Grip the bar, you'll come under, so the bar is resting thoroughly on your upper back. You'll stand up, you'll take a few little steps back, you'll have your toes slightly outside of shoulder width, pointing about 10 degrees outwards. Take a big deep breath in, you'll squat down, you'll hold it for a second, and then you'll come back up. When you do this exercise, I do ask that you don't breathe out until the top of your lift, as it might throw off your stability, and just ensure a bit of safety when you're putting the bar back onto the rack. Okay? If at any time in the exercise you need me to help, just let me know, because I'm here to help you and make sure you don't lack any confidence, and we can get you through any exercises safely.
Lovely.
So make sure your grip's nice and even, bar's resting comfortably on your lower back, and then steady through the movement. So yeah, make sure the toes are nice and ready. That's it. Lovely. Do 3 more then for me. Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah,
Yeah, so if you want to just bring back a bar for me, and I'll give you a little bit of feedback on the lift. There you go. So one little teaching point I would like to give you is, for you, I would say open up your legs slightly more and point your toes a little bit more outwards. That will then allow you to squat deeper into the movement. So then it's just more effective and you're not putting as much strain on your back. So we'll do one more set of that, see if we can see any improvements, and then we'll move on to our next exercise.
Okay.
So just think of it, nice and bar nice and tight on your back. Take a few steps back. Feet slightly wider apart than last time.
Is that okay?
No, toes are too wide, so bring them in just a bit. There you go. Deep, nice and deep breath in, bracing your core. There you go. Do one more then for me. Lovely. Do you need any help with the bar?
I should be okay.
Alrighty. So for our next session, I think we'll take a step back from squats for a minute and focus more on bodyweight squats or goblet squats, as it's better for your hip mobility, and then once we've built that up, we can progress on to your squats.
Great,
Sound good?
fantastic, yeah.
So next thing we're going to do is dumbbell RDLs, which stands for Romanian deadlift. So in a minute I'm going to go grab your pair of dumbbells and you're going to stand, your feet shoulder width apart, with the dumbbells in your hand at about just resting on your hips.
Okay.
You're going to stand up tall, drop your shoulders down, big deep breath in, and you're going to come down like that. Once you feel the tightness in your hamstrings, you're just going to stand straight back up, and we're going to do 5 reps of that, and we do it for about 3 to 4 sets.
Okay, fantastic.
So I'm just going to grab you the 10 kilo dumbbells. Does that seem a good weight?
Yep, that seems fine.
Right, so I'm just going to set these on the floor so you don't have to hold them in the air. Right, so if you want to grab the dumbbells, and then we can adjust your stance before you start the exercise. So bring your feet slightly wider apart and make sure the tops of your toes are in line with each other. So we don't want one leg further back than the other.
Yep.
We want to rest the dumbbells just slightly on the outside of your thigh.
Yep.
Take a big deep breath in, put your shoulder blades down and begin to lean forward with your butt going to the back of the room. Does that feel fine?
Feels
So I have one little coaching point. I want a slight bend in your knee,
Okay.
and I want you to maintain an upright posture with your back flat.
Okay.
That's much better. Are you feeling the pinch in your hamstring?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's a good technique. Give me 3 more then. There you go. The last one, very good so far. That's lovely. So if you want to put your dumbbells back, we
Okay.
can move on to the leg press as our final leg exercise of today. So if you want to just come over here for a second. With the leg press, this has an adjustable seat height, so we can either raise it up or we can lower it back down. When getting on, you just want to take a bit of care, as you might be falling into yourself, and we don't want that. So you'll sit with your back flat against the pad. You'll bring your hips, well, you bring your legs up just outside of shoulder width. You'll press up. You'll unlock this rack, and then you'll hold the handles. You'll lean back, take a big deep breath in, brace with your core, and then push up. Obviously, you bring the rack back down, you bring the locks back in, you slowly lower it, and then you stand up.
Okay.
Take care of getting back out. Does that sound
That sounds like a
simple? Yeah?
Yep.
So if you want to adjust the pad height to whatever you feel necessary, feel free. And then I'll ask you to perform 7 reps of this exercise, and then we can have a little bit of feedback after.
Okay.
So back flat on the pad, legs just outside shoulder width, press up, unlock the leg press, and then do your 7 reps, nice and controlled. There you go, that's really good depth, really. It's nice and steady, well done. There you go. That's lovely. Alright, if you can stop there for me, well done. So from that exercise, have you got any feedback or anything you'd rather do?
I'd definitely say possibly adding just a little bit of weight, maybe might be a bit.
We can add a little bit of weight and see how you do.
Yeah, if that's okay.
Do you feel 20 kg is reasonable?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
So I'll add one of them on each side,
Okay, thank you.
and then I'll only get you to do 4 reps of this one.
Sounds
We'll see
good.
if there's any breakdown in form or technique, because if there is, then we'll regress the weight again. So if you want to go through the same steps you did last set and perform with the exact same technique, I'll be very impressed. That's it. Steady and feel your quadriceps working.
That feels a lot better.
That feels better, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, 2 more of them, and we'll get on to the upper body portion of the set. That's lovely, really well done. Take care when getting off the apparatus, as you don't want to injure yourself now.
Lovely.
Right, so before we take that off, we'll introduce you to the next exercise, which will be the bench press. So for this exercise, you're mainly focusing on the pectoralis major, so it's a compound movement for your chest, and it utilises your triceps and your pec minor as a stabilising muscle. So you'll take care of lying back on the bar just so you don't headbutt it. You'll lie so your eyes are in line with the bar. You'll find an even and neutral grip. You'll brace, so taking the bar off. Now as you're coming down, you'll ensure your knuckles are facing the ceiling, and you'll aim for just below your nipple. And as you press back up, you'll exhale, ensuring the bar path is nice and smooth, and then taking care again when re-racking the bar.
Okay.
So for that exercise, I want you to do 7 reps, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Do you feel like you need assistance with this exercise at all? Or do you feel
Hopefully should be
comfortable
okay with no weight.
Yeah. That's it. Take care when going down. Good. That's lovely, Bailey, well done. That's it. 3 more. Yeah, that's beautiful. They're really clean reps, well done. Right, take care of re-wrapping the bar. Nice. So are you in a position today where you feel like you can progress this weight, or should we say happy here and move on to the next exercise?
I potentially could add a little bit of weight if you feel like it's necessary. For me, I think I can do more.
Yeah, definitely, as this is only a beginner session, we'll see what you're capable of today, and if you're happy to move up in weight, we can progress from there.
Okay.
We will only go up in an increment of 5 though, so on the bar currently that will be 30 kilograms. We'll ensure the clips are on just so if you, for whatever reason, get a little bit unstable, there's no risk of the plate slipping off and causing further injury. During this next set, I will spot you just for caution because we wouldn't want to knock your confidence at this early stage in your lifting career. So I'll just come behind you, and what I'm doing now is called a spot. So if you want to lie back and adjust get to the bar,
Okay.
I will be here, and if you feel like it's necessary for you to, for whatever reason, not be able to lift it, I can grab the bar, or the stirrups are set in the right position for you to be able to press the weight back up or not be injured.
Okay, thank you.
Same technique as last time, and nice and clean reps. Lovely. Very nice. 3 more. 4, good. 1 more, last rep. Like, very solid, well done. That is very clean, Bailey, well done.
Thank you. I do feel like that weight's suitable to me.
Yeah.
I don't think we should go up any more.
From there, we'll progress with this weight, see if we can build into a few more reps.
Okay.
So going on to one of the last exercises now, we're going on to face pulls. This typically trains your rear deltoids and your upper back. So teres minor, trapezium and all that. So for this exercise, you will lower the cartridge to about eye height. You'll grab the ropes with a neutral grip. I like to put my thumbs up on there just so they aren't being crushed and causing pain in my hand. You'll find a weight that's very suitable to do a higher amount of reps with, as today we're training for muscular endurance and hypertrophy. So we'll try and sit for about 9 reps on this one. We'll stand back, slightly lean in, and you'll pull, somewhat flaring your elbows out into your eyes. Nice and controlled on the way in, and then slow on the way out. So if you want to give that a go, we can see what you're capable of.
Okay.
As this exercise normally focuses on smaller muscles, we try to tend to keep the weight a bit lighter just so it's not as difficult.
Okay, no problem.
If you feel any need during the set that you're experiencing pain in your shoulders, feel free to stop, rest, adjust the weight if you deem necessary, and then we'll look at progressions and regressions of the exercise. That's really good, Bailey, well done. Can you feel the muscle in the back of your arm working?
Yeah, definitely.
In your back?
Yeah.
It's lovely. Well done. If you had to say you was working it at a scale of 1 to 10 a minute, what would you say you're at?
I'd say I'm at a 6 or 7.
That's perfect for where we want. Going into the last exercise, we will try and up that slightly though, so no worries. There you go. Last one for me. Well done. So now we're going to move on to the tricep extensions. This focuses on the muscle on the portion of the back of your arm. And for this one, we're just going to raise it back up. We are going to, yet again, grab the ropes. You're going to take a few steps back just to have tension in your arms. You're going to bring your shoulder blade back, and then you're going to push down, making sure at the bottom portion of the lift, you are feeling it in your triceps and not your shoulders. If you want to give that a go, we'll then go on through 5, maybe 7 reps, depending on how you feel with the weight you're using.
Okay.
That's good. You've got a good slight bend in your knee, which is comfortable for your hips. Your back is nice and flat. That's very good technique, Bailey. Well done. Alright, well done, Bailey. Last rep for me. Wonderful. So we're now going to go on to the last portion of the work. This will be this will be at the end of your exercise when you're really trying to challenge yourself and you're putting all your energy into it. But for today, we're just going to demonstrate the right technique for a plank. and then we're going to have you just hold one for 10-15 seconds.
Okay.
So you'll go to the floor, your hands and knees, you'll crawl forward, you find a position which you're comfortable with. You can either go arms parallel or slightly into your chest. You'll raise your toes off the floor. You'll be squeezing your glutes, your back, your core, making sure it's all nice and straight, and you'll just be holding that there for as long as you can. And just ensure when you're coming back down, as you might be tired, you might feel a bit unsteady. So if you want to give that a go for me, and we'll just look at your technique and then see if there's anything we need to do. It's wonderful. If you want to bring your head up slightly and raise your hips as they're starting to sink. There you go, that's the perfect technique there. So going forward in these sessions, that's the position I want you to be in every time we do a plank. Okay, alright, that's lovely. If you want to hop up on for me. Right, so that is the main portion of the work done. So we're going to do a bit of a cool down just to bring your body back down to normal, in which case we're going to be using a set box. You can see here we've got it adjusted to the second level, which is going to be slightly harder, but given your age and your current fitness experience, I feel like you're able to do this. So to stand, feet parallel, come up, nice and steady all the way back down. And you'll just do that for a nice, comfortable, long tempo. And then we'll do about 2 minutes on that and see what you're feeling, and then we'll get to do some static stretching afterwards.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Do you feel your heart rate beginning to come down?
Yeah.
Right,
Definitely
that's lovely.
cool down for my heart.
So we'll do a bit of static stretching now if you want to follow me over here.
Okay.
So for this we're going to each take a section of the barbell, if you want to position yourself over there. So you're going to hold the barbell with one hand slightly out, you're going to bring your quad and your leg up, and you're going to feel the deep stretch. You're going to hold that for anywhere between 30 to 45 seconds, and then obviously we'll do the same on the other leg, but for time we're just going to show you on one leg and you can transfer the skill over to the other.
Okay.
And then as this has been a very, very heavy leg session, we're just going to come over here, we're going to position ourselves there, and we're going to step over and we're going to try and push our heel down into the floor. That's going to stretch the back of our leg and mainly our calf. So if you want to just give that a try for me, you can get a move on. It's wonderful. Do you feel it in your calf?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good then. If you want to try and stay a bit more upright for me, that might be slightly easier. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And then for our last stretch, because we've done a bit of chest, we're going to come out and then we're going to try and clasp our hands around the back. Just going to feel our chest open up. And we're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Can you feel your chest?
Yeah.
Right, and we're going to slowly release. And that's that. So thank you Bailey for coming today. This was your first gym introduction. If you have any questions, please do let me know, and I'd love to hear your feedback, because from a training standpoint, most of your exercises were flawless. You've got very good technique and I'm comfortable. You can do almost any program that I set you up to do.
Yeah, I definitely say the weights was good for me. Adding the weights made my performance feel a lot better. I could definitely feel it in the muscles, but except for that, it's been a fantastic session, so thank you.
Thank you very much.